What's going on, guys? Today, I want to speak about vices or virtue. And I'm going to take a piece from this book, Discipline is Destiny. All right, it's a story about Hercules. So, because there, before the man's undying fame, before the 12 labors, before he changed the world, Hercules faced a crisis, one as life-changing and real as many of us have ever faced. Where was he headed? Where was he trying to go? That's the point of the story. Alone, unknown, unsure. Hercules, like so many, did not know. Where the road diverged lay a beautiful goddess who offered him every temptation he could imagine. Adorned in finery, she promised him a life of ease. She swore he'd never taste want or unhappiness or fear or pain. Follow her, she said, and his every desire would be fulfilled. On the other path stood a sterner goddess in a pure white robe. She made a quieter call. She promised no reward except those that came of a result of hard work. It would be a long journey, she said. There would be sacrifice. There would be scary moments, but it was a journey fit for a god. It would make him the person his ancestors meant him to be. Was this real? Did it really happen? If it's only a legend, does it matter? Yes, because this is a story about us, about our dilemma, about our own crossroads. For Hercules, the choice was between vice and virtue, the easy way and the hard way, the well-trod path and the road less traveled. We all face this choice. Hesitating only for a second, Hercules chose the one that made all the difference. He chose virtue. Virtue can seem old-fashioned, yet virtue, arate, translates to something very simple and very timeless. Excellence, moral, physical, mental. Leon, venga. So each and every single one of us is always going to have the opportunity to choose vices or virtue. And to personify the teaching, let me explain to you one of my crossroads that I'm facing at the very moment. So today's the 6th of November, my birthday is tomorrow, okay? For the past 2 years, I've gone to EDC Orlando the weekend after my birthday. It's usually the 11th, 12th, and 13th, 3 days. And this year, my friends are inviting me. You know, it's always a good time. I cannot say it will not be a good time. I know for a fact it'll be a good time. Why? Every time I go, it's a great time. I'm with friends, we do drugs, we drink, we listen to great music, phenomenal music that I love. And I'll probably be with this girl that I know that I always go with, and we always have a great time. Now, I'm met at this crossroads because I would love to go. The difference is this time, I'm a different man. I've become different. This year, all I've practiced was discipline. All this year, I've dedicated myself to becoming a better man than I was the past 2-3 years. And in order for me to do that, you must walk the path of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, as opposed to a lot of pleasure. I've put a lot of pleasure to the side. And about a couple days ago, I went and hung out with my friends that I haven't in a very long time. And it felt nice to smoke a cigar with them and speak with them. But at the end, ultimately, there was a point where, they want me to go and they were drinking. I wasn't drinking. And it made me realize that my dedication, my discipline to a better future, a better version of myself is there for sure. I'm moving to Miami in about 2 months, month and a half, 2 months. And I know for a fact, if I go to EDC, if I go to this festival, I'm going to take a big giant step back. Because that's what happens when you drink and take drugs. Every single time I've gone, I've had a great time, but I've also faced the consequences of my actions. which was I've always felt a little bit more, I felt not anxious, but your serotonin is used up. Your serotonin is the happy drug in your body, in your brain, that makes you happy. When you take Molly and things like that, you use up all of it. You use up all your your happy drug, you know? So you're happy, you're the happiest you are when you're taking them. You're like, oh, life is amazing. And then you come down. As high as you go is as low as you hit the ground. Remember that. And so I know for a fact that's me taking a step back, and I told myself this year that I would not take steps back. If I can keep walking forward and keep moving forward, taking steps forward, I will get to where I want to eventually. Not to get where I want to go, but I will become the man who I want to become, which eventually lead me to where I want to be, you know? And right now, my vision is to be in Miami at a high rise, overlooking the ocean, overlooking the city, training clients, having a new vehicle, like becoming this man that's training high level people. So for me, that is my vision. So I know for a fact, if I go towards this, I'm not going towards my vision. Instead, I'm going towards my past. You see, a man that does not have a vision will always return to his past. Even though it's the future right now where I'm looking for EDC, I've been to EDC, I've done the drugs, I've drank, I've been with this woman that I'm going to go and might be with. So for me, it's not an easy choice. It's the right choice is simple. It's simple. Hey, don't go, stay focused out. But then you have all these emotions, and you might be feeling this way too. You might be feeling, man, I really want to do this with my friends and this, but then you must ask yourself, am I going back to my past, or am I focused on taking steps towards my future? And for me, my future is Miami clientele, and that man who can do that at this point, that now can't afford mentally to do that, because I'm going to pay a price. I'm going to pay a price. And I almost made a commitment to myself of like, yo, this year, like, you'll go to one festival, whatever, but stay focused. And so it tugs at me. It tugs at me. My friends are still going to try to convince me to go. And again, will this ruin my life? No. Most things that you do, the vices, doesn't mean it's going to ruin your life. But it's just going to take you much longer to get to where you really want to get to, or to become. Fuck where you want to go. It's about becoming, sticking to your word. And when I was thinking about this whole situation, when somebody asked me, Alex, what do you think about cheat meals? What do you think about cheat meals? And I'm like, why would you have a cheat meal if you're not where you want to be yet? Why would you cheat on your commitment and your goal if you're not where you want to be yet? Why not get there and then have some fun? Why not get your six-pack and then enjoy a cheat meal? You'll enjoy it a lot more. Instead of, I'm halfway there, so I'm going to take a step back and then jump on board because you feel like you're going to burn out. I don't believe in that. And so for me, yes, I could go. Will I bounce back? I always do. But do I want to stop the momentum? Because momentum is it's harder to stop and go than it is to keep going. Remember that. So if you're dealing with some vices right now, just remember, virtue is excellence, and it's within you. You must learn to say no to the things that you want now, and yes to the things that you really do want later on. Delayed gratification, my friend. God bless you.